Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I will be going over the patch 8.1.5 patch notes. The official patch notes patches today, and yeah, I will be giving you a condensed version, although it's probably still going to be long. There's a lot of patch notes. This is actually a really good patch. Pardon me if I speak fast sometimes, it's going to be because, again, I'm trying not to make the video too awful long here. The biggest thing, of course, is that you have the allied races coming out today, the Kultiran humans and the Zandalari trolls. I have a video specifically telling you what you need to do to unlock it, so I'm not going to get into that. You can always search for that video on my page, or you can search for the information wherever you like. There's new quests available today, continuing your quest lines and everything like that. The war campaigns are going to continue. There's also a profession quest line called Tools of the Trade. So if you have max of alchemy, blacksmithing, enchanting, engineering, inscription, jewel crafting, leatherworking, or tailoring, you can go to your trainer and start a quest line for Tools of the Trade. You can also go see Magni, and he can do a little quick storyline and upgrade your Heart of Azeroth item level. Hunters have a specific quest line for Hattie or Haiti, however you say the name, and you can go do that. You'll if you played a hunter in Legion, you'll remember that. There's new Naga world quests, so the Naga are starting to come in. 8.2 is when we're really going to see them, but the world quests are there. New Tortollan world quests are available. A turtle made it to the water, not on your watch. So I'm wondering if I'm assuming basically that you get to play as the bird or the crab, maybe perhaps, or you get to put them in and try to eat the turtles. Just a thought. I'm not sure on that. This is one of the big things, and like I said, this is actually a really good patch, and it's because of some of the small things. The Brawlers Guild is back. This is always something interesting to do. I will end up doing a video on this, just like I did in Legion, and kind of going over all the fights as fast as I can. This is really cool, and it's back. So if you've never been to Brawlers Guild, you do need to get an invite. So enemies of the opposite faction in Zandalar and Kul Tiras now drop invitations, so you can kill like NPCs of the opposing faction and get it, or you can buy it from a dealer in the main cities. It'll be a new vendor named A Shady, I guess. You can buy an invitation if you've never been there. If you've already been there, you just go there and do it. So this is a big one for me, something that I wished for a long time ago, and I was happy when they were going to do it. But Wintergrasp is now an epic battleground. We'll see how it actually plays out. As the Alliance get stomped in epic battlegrounds, typically we'll see if maybe they get their act together for Wintergrasp. I doubt it, but I love Wintergrasp, so I might just try to spam do it because I just enjoy it so much. The new raid Crucible of Storms is put in this patch, although it's not releasing yet. That's important for some people who think that everything just comes out with the patch. So we have about a month. April 16th is when the actual raid will open. So you have a month until the raid opens, and that's basically just to do all the other crap first and also progress further in the current raid. And the current raid isn't over by any means, even when this one comes out. It's just two raids that are open simultaneously. A new form of time walking is opening. That's Warlords at Draenor time walking. That's pretty cool. I actually enjoyed the dungeons in Warlords pretty much, given that it's a much maligned expansion and deservedly so. I actually did enjoy a lot of the dungeons in there. So there's 6 of them: Arkandon, Slag Mines I really liked, Everbloom I really liked, Iron Docks I really liked, Shadow and Burial Grounds I was and then Skyreach I kind of like as well. So most of those are good dungeons. There's some battleground updates, so this is kind of cool. The timeless World of Warcraft battlegrounds Arethi Basin and Warsong Gulch have been given a full makeover, so they've kind of made it look better. Check out how Arethi Basin now looks with the Brawl Arethi Comp You and other players will team up to fight against AI enemies starting the week of March 19th. And this is something that they're going to more and more. And it's, I guess, I'm assuming so you can play solo but still do things. And they're trying to develop AI a little bit better inside the game. There's some pet battle stuff going on, raiding with Leisha 6, and new mechanical parrot quests. If you're into that, look for more information on that. New portal rooms. This is a big thing that just makes life easier. In Stormwind's Mage Quarter and Orgrimmar's Valley of Strength, new venues are now open where your faction has consolidated gateways to other continents of Azeroth, Outland, and Draenor. So basically, all the portal rooms and all the different like cities and locations have been consolidated down, so you don't have to go like. Sometimes I would go to like the Pandaren city to go to Old Dalaran to then go to like I would have to jump through all these loops to go to where I want to go, and it's kind of annoying. Children's holiday updates. Children's Week has been made into more of a full length holiday. New pets, new rewards, new quests. Dark Moon Fair. There's now a roller coaster there that you can ride with a prize ticket. So that should probably be pretty cool. I mean, I'll at least try it out, I guess. There are a few new micro holidays. Not much information given on those. Um, let's see. There's another one that's just helpful for ease of living, I guess. Characters. The limit on the number of characters that can be created on a realm has been removed. The account-wide character limit is still 50, but you can make them on any realm now. So I can have 50 characters all in the same realm, or I can have one character on 50 realms like before. But you can have 50 characters per account, but now there's no realm limit. There are a few class changes. I'm not going to get into those. I never do because I don't know everything about every class. I will mention the Paladin specific because this is a somewhat Paladin specific channel. So for Paladins, Avenging Wrath now causes your next Holy Shock, Light of the Protector, Templar's Verdict, or Divine Storm to critically strike. So it's an auto crit after you cast Avenging Wrath. Just one auto. Blessing of Freedom mana cost has been reduced. Binding Light mana cost reduced, and Repentance mana cost has been reduced. Um, okay, so this is one that I didn't even know was happening, but a few of the rarest creatures in Azeroth again can only be looted by the first group to engage them. So it was just like open looting, like in everything in the modern times, and that includes like, for example, the Time Lost Proto Drake, but any of those really rare enemies that can drop some pretty cool stuff. So there's a few dungeon changes. Basically, I'll try to only mention the ones that I feel are really interesting. Several non-boss enemies have been removed from Mythic Keystones while teaming is active. That's one that was needed. A few of the Mythic dungeons have had their time limit increased. King's Rest 3 minutes, Shrine of the Storm 3 minutes, and then there's a few other changes to a few of the dungeons as well. So if you're really into Mythic Pluses, you can check those out. If you're not super into them, you probably won't really notice the changes. Island Expeditions added Island Expedition armor tokens to the Searfarer doubloon vendor for players leveling through islands to create gear for their item level. The tokens are buying on account, so players with access to doubloons can buy them and send them to their alts. That's good. Updated C4 doubloon bags so that at least one will always drop from Island Expedition Victory. This change significantly increases the amount of doubloons a player will get as they complete their weekly islands. That's good. They've added the heirloom items to go up to 120, or the items that you buy to scale your items to 120. So you can now level all the way to 120 with heirlooms, which is good. That's something that they do every expansion now. Um, let's see. So seductive power, more class changes. I don't know why those are in a different place. I read through all of these once. Player versus player. Just some really cosmetic things that make it a little better. Here's a big one. Actually, I'll go into two specific big ones. Isle of Conquest. They basically made docks worthwhile again. So an additional glaive thrower is now available at the docks. Now there's three. Glaive throwers now have more health. It doesn't say how much more health. And the catapult vehicle at the docks now has a new ability, Hurl Plague Barrel, so it'll be able to shoot at the walls as well. So you'll be able to shoot yourself over the wall, or you'll be able to hit the wall with them. So now every machine at the docks can hit the wall, and glaives have more health, and there's an extra glaive, and their damage has not been reduced. Here's a big one for me because Althark Valley is kind of a really big slugfest these days. I've been in more and more where the Alliance have been convinced to actually play defense, and it's just becoming a resource war because the Horde play defense. So the ritual to summon Lochalor and Ivus should no longer fail. So if you didn't know this, if you like engaged with the druids or the shamans of the Horde at all, it would like completely screw up the ritual and they wouldn't summon them, and it was just retarded basically. And so that should no longer fail. That's a big change needed. I actually complained about that, so I mean I'm just probably one of many, but hopefully my complaint was heard. The amount of Iron Deep and Cold Tooth supplies required to start a Grand Assault has been reduced by approximately 50%, which is also helpful as well. And then some more class changes. I don't know why they didn't have the class changes all together. Um, They updated the amount of. They basically. I could really just shorten this by saying more artifact power is going to be given by things that you complete, whether it's Mythic Keystone Weekly, whether it's bosses drop, or whether it's emissary stuff. Basically, you get more artifact power. Here's a good one too, though. Honor bound 7th Legion reputation vendors now sell an account bound catch of war resources that can be sent to your alts. So you can send your alts a certain I like it's probably 370 right now. I'm assuming, but you can just get your alts at 370 just by purchasing these things with war resources. So it's something you can buy for war resources if you're just stockpiling them. You can gear up all your alts, or you can get someone to 120 and immediately get them to a certain level of gear. A few user interface changes. Um, Several transportation portals have been removed. That's because of the consolidation of portals to the main things. Non-raid boss train dumpies in capital cities now scale to your level. That's good. They updated a little few things on the companion app. Um, I think there's another paladin thing. Divine Steed no longer cancels when it interferes with collision. I don't actually even know what that means, but good, I guess, as a paladin. Dungeons and raids. Failing to complete a keystone in time no longer causes your displayed best dungeon completed for the week to be inaccurate. A few item changes, more player versus player. They did not consolidate these patch notes very well. It looks like they just kind of added them as they went. They fixed an issue with frame rates in one place in Drustvar, but they could definitely work on that a little bit more too. So there's a lot of little bug fixes and stuff like that. But I highlighted there's probably 3 or 4 really good things happening in this patch, so that's really good. It's definitely a little longer than I like, but this is a very big patch. So, or it's a lot of changes. I don't know exactly how big the patch is. A lot of changes. There is a raid released in this patch, so I guess it is probably pretty big. So yeah, if any of this information was helpful to you at all, or you enjoyed or have been helped by any of my videos, please subscribe because that helps me out a ton. And other than that, everybody have a good one.